these streets. Ain't gotta watch your weight. Die for my family. Only the real relate. Ride on my enemies. Only them fakers hate car.
They ain't built like that. 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 They ain't built like that.
Can't use always if I want something new.
Stay fresh.
Me and my brothers weren't playing chess, was making moves. We was on there from fraud to the food.
All that.
Just splash and taking them trips, post cop and new shoes. Quick fixes, had to ride with a tool. Young reckless, didn't follow no rules. Swear took risks to shine like jewels. Couple times was hot, had to play it cool. Back then the ones who made me hadn't separated. So won't stop till the one who stayed is over celebrated, rated. For working 10 plus, no promo. Her show it still runs, no co-hosts. And that's when the fam deserted her, still she didn't crumble. Cave is a no-no. She got more heart than care for they left of her dead, had her chopped up the photo. So I wanna make her live a dream. Anything she want that costs green is a go-go. Every day is a hustle. With my 9 pence strapped back, car money's on my mind. Reminds me of a Russell. Rather be deaf to all jams than a brother did a grind. Flow for the fam, can they say blast figure than water. Flow for my gang, cause they waited round for my order. When it's my time to eat, every man grab a plate. Ain't gotta run these streets, ain't gotta watch your weight. Die for my family, only the real relate. Ride on my enemies, only them fakers hate car.
They ain't built like that. 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 They ain't built like that.
I need them to get into my house. Here's the thing, I actually Barca. Barca, Liverpool.
They ain't built like that. 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 They ain't built like that.
Oh, you can play out by your name. You don't have to.
Take Spurs out, put Bayern in. If you have Spurs in and don't have Madrid, people will get mad. I would put Madrid in there.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, you're gonna want to change that. Take Tottenham out and put Madrid.
Yeah.
So it's Barca, Liverpool, Man City.
Tryna take control, I'ma snatch your pad. Life in the game, don't try and own my own pad. Ain't max but still, it be telling me mad. Thinking how things still getting worse when they're already bad. It's not me, really gone to the plan. Funny got a stretch car, I need them bands. Brothers gotta eat, wanna feed the fam. Got me trying to see more green than damn. Well, at my G said he'll move a box in 1 week. Another said he's been moving boxes all week. Cheese, cutting up the hustle. Cause they both getting cheese, and they both using muscle. But only one's on the street. One man legit for his son, the other's trying to shine like one. Swipe spit 8's like a 9, so neither of them die by one. Trying to get us out of the struggle, watch it's a matter of time. Say when I burst my bubble, I say as long as I blow then it's fine. Flow for my fam cause they say blood's thicker than water. Flow for the gang cause they waited round for my order. When it's my time to eat, every man grab a plate. Ain't gotta run these streets, ain't gotta watch your weight. Die for my family, only the real relate. Ride on my enemies, only them fakers hate car.
They ain't built like that. 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 They ain't built like that.
Can't use always if I want something new.
Stay fresh.
Me and my brothers weren't playing chess, was making moves. We was on there from fraud to the food.
All that.
Just splash and taking them trips, post cop and new shoes. Quick fixes, had to ride with a tool. Young reckless, didn't follow no rules. Swear took risks to shine like jewels. Couple times was hot, had to play it cool. Back then the ones who made me hadn't separated. So won't stop till the one who stayed is over celebrated, rated. For working 10 plus, no promo. Her show it still runs, no co-hosts. And that's when the fam deserted her, still she didn't crumble. Cave is a no-no. She got more heart than care for they left of her dead, had her chopped up the photo. So I wanna make her live a dream. Anything she want that costs green is a go-go. Every day is a hustle. With my 9 pence strapped back, car money's on my mind. Reminds me of a Russell. Rather be deaf to all jams than a brother did a grind. Flow for the fam, cause they say blast figure than water. Flow for my gang cause they waited round for my order. When it's my time to eat, every man grab a plate. Ain't gotta run these streets, ain't gotta watch your weight. family. Only the real relate. Ride on my enemies. Only them fakers hate our.
They ain't built like that. 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 They ain't built like that.
From the day before. Oh, man.
They ain't built like that. 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 They ain't built like that.
I can make it a little bigger, like 18 maybe, or whatever. Nope, that's way small. What else is new, Pat?
Tryna take control, I'ma snatch your pad. Life in the game, don't try and own my own pad. Ain't max, but still, it be telling me mad. Thinking how things still getting worse when they're already bad. Pitch now, me really gone to the plan. Funny, got a stretch car, I need them bands. Brothers gotta eat, wanna feed the fam. Got me trying to see more green than damn. Well, at my G said they're moving box in 1 week.
What's up, little gang?
Another said he's been moving boxes all week. Cheese. Can't knock the hustle. Cause they're both getting cheese. And they're both using muscle. But only one's on the street. One man legit for his son. The other's trying to shine like one. Swipe spit 8's like a 9. So neither of them die by one. Trying to get us out of the struggle. Watch it's a matter of time. Say you wanna burst my bubble. I say as long as the blood looks fine. Flow for my fam cause they say blood's thicker than water. Flow for the gang cause they waited round for my order. When it's my time to eat.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to STFU Live. It's your boy, Heath Pierce, and I'm with Aaron West as usual. For some reason, he's still on this show. I'm just kidding. He's the best. He's the best in the game. Aaron, what's going on, dude?
I'm living, man. I'm living. I like the way you introduced yourself. I was kind of hyped. I'm not gonna lie. I was excited for you.
I said it's your boy as if everybody watching knew that already.
Right.
I'm Heath Pierce, if you didn't already know. This is Aaron West, and we got Pat in front of, and he's doing his thing already. So let's get the camera to him. He's shaking. He's putting his hands together as if someone's introducing him for a fight.
What's up, comments? I'm going to just go right into this. We have a poll today to start this off. After the first legs of these Champions League games, who is the favorite to lift the trophy? It's in a poll. It's going to be up here. It could be over here. It could be over here. There'd be no way of knowing. But fill that out and let us know who you're thinking. Who are you guys thinking?
You don't have to fill it out. Just click one of them. I'm pretty sure that's
Fill it out is probably not what I meant to say.
It's
huh?
not a survey. It's just a general thing. But we'd love it if you actually gave us your answers because we've got our thoughts. But this show's about you guys, so make sure you give us your opinions. And Pat, just so you know, we have a poll at the beginning of every single show. But for the last 2 or 3, you've missed it. Haven't gotten to it, but now you're playing the drums.
Yeah, man. League of Ireland, baby. Let's do this thing.
All right, cool. All right, so Sevilla United. All right. We've already lost Aaron.
Sevilla United.
As soon as Aaron gets back, we'll continue.
Sevilla United, that's not a club.
I'm here, man.
Sevilla versus United finishes 0-0. Yeah. Good result for United or good result for Sevilla?
No, good for. I think it was good. Well, it wasn't bad for United. I think it was really good for Sevilla. No away goals, 0-0. They go to United knowing that if they score a goal, United have to score a goal. And the way that United have been playing is just bad. It's ugly. There's no style of play. But
isn't that sort of the United thing though, or at least the
Mourinho thing? But that's like the exact opposite of what United are known for. Like for so long, United were the English team that played beautiful soccer and took that to the continent, and now they're just it's gross. If I was a United fan, I'd be embarrassed.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of that whole thing where it's like, yeah, well, if Sevilla get that goal away early on, but it's also they kept a clean sheet on the road. United did. So now they get to go at home and play ugly at home. Okay, the record hasn't been great so far at home.
I think United are going to go through, but I don't think it's a good result for them, especially the way they played. The fact that Sevilla probably could have won 4-0, 4-1 maybe. If you take David De Gea's saves out of that equation, the incredible saves, not just routine saves, that United should have lost probably by four or 5 goals.
Yeah.
And it was
but they
ugly.
didn't.
They didn't. They
and
didn't.
Mourinho's never really cared about his style of play, right?
No, he hasn't. His style of play is the scoreline. If they go through, it was a good style of play. And in that respect, he probably got what he wanted.
Cool. Pat, that faithful army you've been building in the comments, have they arrived yet? Have they joined us? Is
They're in
anybody
here
saying
big time.
anything?
Also, I have to say, were we live when we were talking about Low Gang? Because like they were all talking about that.
We definitely were.
We gotta. Okay, our producers don't tell us when we're live, which is gonna be a problem at some point. Here's the question though: how much do you read into Pogba being benched?
I read a lot into it. I don't think that's good for United. I don't think that's good for Pogba. I don't think that's good for Mourinho. The fact that those two, like, who are probably their two biggest, like the two biggest entities at that club, are clearly not seeing eye to eye in some way, form, or fashion. That's not good. It's just not good. So I do read a lot into it. There's rumors going around that like Mino Raiola is trying to cycle Pogba around to clubs around Europe, which could be a thing, but you know, who knows. But I don't think it's good. Long story short.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's bad. It's bad for the team. It's bad for the club. It's bad for the focus. Everything's turned to these two guys, which is polarizing. But that's just the UK. It's a lot of media. We don't know what's happening on the inside. But the fact that you're being benched, the fact that he's being benched is a very bad sign.
Right.
And they need to figure out and heal those wounds. People are saying Pogba needs to be not leave his ego involved so much and listen to Mourinho, that he'll learn some stuff from Mourinho, still not losing who he is as a player, but to start listening more. There's also rumors that he's having some issues, Pogba's having issues with other players.
Senior players, yeah. I don't know, there's a lot going on, and like it's so tough to like cycle what's real, like filter through that and what's not, but clearly there's some sort of issue and they need to figure that out. I would hate to see like Pogba Mikel'd, like John W. Mikel before he got to Chelsea was an attacking player. Not as good as a Paul Pogba, but he's got turned into a pure defensive mid. And that's my worry. Is like that's what Mourinho is kind of trying to do to Pogba.
But could you not see Pogba accept that role and become a Vieira type?
No, I don't. I absolutely don't think so. I think like to put him in that box when he has so much more of a skill set than a Vieira. He's not just a
Yaya Toure type.
No, he's more than the Yaya Toure too. Like I think the best we saw from Paul Pogba and consistently is when he's in a midfield three on the left and kind of giving freedom to shuttle. He has a lot of different tools, and to put him in one box, like he can do it. He can do this role. He can do this role, but he won't be as good as he could be in his natural role, which is the biggest issue with a player like him. I think is like he can do so much, but when he gets stuck in a particular role, I think he struggles.
You're drinking the juice on him right now.
I'm unashamedly a huge Paul Pogba fan.
That's what it sounds a lot like.
Yeah, I would ride for him.
You had me in the first little bit, and then I was just like, this guy loves Paul.
No.
They were all substantial.
I am biased towards Paul Pogba. Okay. Like I will say that right now. I am strongly biased towards Paul Pogba.
Dash is not happy that what you're saying about Mikel. And my fans are out big time right now. Everyone's supporting me. It's the comments.
What is Dash saying? What's Dash saying?
I got a little Moxie Cola. Oh my god. I got a little Moxie Cola for the boys. It's toothpaste.
Am I gonna die on camera?
It's toothpaste flavored cola. Let's
go.
have yourself a drink.
Let's go.
Have you ever tried this?
No.
What is this?
The first time.
What is Moxie Cola?
Tell us about it.
It's like from Maine. It's like from only the deep parts of New England, and people drink it there.
It kind of feels like you're trying to kill me.
People drink it there.
It tastes awful.
Instead of they do this, and I guess they just try
from start to finish, that drink is terrible.
I'm gonna
try. No offense to the people that make it, but
no offense. It's one of the oldest colas. It
predates the cameras are in front of you, so you're gonna.
There'd be no way to know that for sure. But this is, I'm not sponsored. I'm a big fan.
I'm gonna try it.
But if I was a NASCAR driver,
I sipped it.
But if I was a NASCAR driver, I would.
Should I do it?
Put this on my.
I'm scared to do it.
It's not good from start to finish, and that's not even me making.
It's Coca-Cola with toothpaste inside of it.
I can see the aftertaste is definitely toothpaste. My mouth is dry now.
But on the upside, if you drink it, you don't have to brush your teeth.
Do you think Marcus Rashford needs to leave?
Two things. I think that's false. This is really bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Jeez.
Dude, someone said he loves my shirt, and it's just a regular shirt.
Yeah.
These people are so supportive.
It's because before you were wearing maybe the worst shirt.
Let's get some questions.
Was that shirt that you got a lot of slack for back in the day? Is that a sweater? Was that a sweater?
It is. It's like a reef.
Or was it a long sleeve shirt, like a thick long sleeve?
It was more sweatery. Okay. It was reef, which is like surfer, which is what I would be if I had the ability to be it. And you should respect that as a California beach boy.
Why is Dash all wound up? Where is Dash?
He didn't like you talking about Mikel.
First of all, I wasn't sliding Mikel. What I said was I hate what Mourinho did to Mikel. He turned him from an attacking player into a purely defensive player. In that case, I think it might have been the right decision because Mikel was not a great attacking player, even though he started out there. But for Pogba, his skill set is so absurdly diverse, and I think he's so good at so many things on the attacking end. It would be a disservice to him as a player to just stick him back there.
Okay. Well,
I disagree with. I don't though.
Is there anybody saying? Do we have any poll
We get some
responses
questions.
yet?
I don't. There would be no way.
Still working on that.
I got a question from
Hold on,
Harvey.
I'm getting something from the control room.
Actually, we got control room.
Yeah.
Because I got.
Oh, they're still okay. They're still working on it.
I got two United questions.
Got the IFB here.
Two United questions.
Okay, what's up?
From Harvey, we got what would Man U do without De Gea, though? Question mark. What would Man U do without De Gea,
Concede
though?
many more goals.
Where would they be right now without him?
I mean,
And the next one is bigger ego, Pogba or Mourinho. But
okay. Without De Gea, they'd be losing a lot. But without De Gea, they'd probably have another world-class goalie there. So it's tough to just like take a goalkeeper out of your team.
Yeah, because it's not just like playing without a keeper.
Yeah. And like they've got a history of having good players, good goalkeepers. Peter Schmeichel, you heard of him?
He was good. Yeah, he was a really good United.
Son of Kasper Schmeichel.
I'm in the comments. So.
Yeah. And then
I'm with the people. You guys talk.
What was the other question?
Who's got
bigger
a bigger ego?
Pogba or Mourinho?
Oh, Mourinho does, for sure. I think, of course, a lot of what I think Pogba does is kind of his personality amplified, and he plays up to the media and stuff a lot, and I think he's made a lot of money out of building that character. He might be a lot more calm in real life, but that's the problem with these types of situations. You have a guy like that's this bold and this outgoing, and then when things aren't going well, people expect him to dial it back, and maybe that is his personality, and they're having trouble controlling it. But I would say Mourinho for sure. I mean, Pogba may have had that grudge when he first left United, and he has it towards Sir Alex Ferguson, but Mourinho's had issues with players almost at every single club that he's been at, right? He's a polarizing guy, and he's been able to win trophies doing that. But in the meantime, he eventually burns out the entire squad, and from the very moment he gets to a club, he's already separated that locker room, which has worked in his favor, but it also ends up leading to like ultimate destruction within the locker room. Yeah. So I think Mourinho by far.
Yeah, and he's had success because of his system, and because his system is so rigid, and his success has come because he places players into those roles. And if they do what he asks, very often they're successful. But on the other side of that is if they're not the right fit, and if the team's not playing well, it can often blow up. And we've seen that like at Madrid, we've seen it at Chelsea, we saw it at the end. Well, Inter was a little bit different situation, but it's happened before.
I mean, either way, I think Mourinho is just the guy. Like you're either with him or you're not, and he's found a way to get results. He's never really he's curbed a lot of creativity throughout the years, right? But he's done it in a way that's proven to be effective. There's a lot of other managers out there that curb creativity and don't have the ability to at least somehow, whatever he does, he has some bit of magic to get the team on board at least long enough to win things or whatever. So I don't know.
Heath, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Having played in the professional ranks, did you ever play with, you don't have to call any names, but any players who were like kind of their personality was big or their ego was big, and how did that affect the locker room?
And where did you meet them in the parking lot?
Yeah. I mean, the easiest answer to that is a guy like Rafa Marquez, right? He was a quiet guy, but he had a big ego on the field. He was just volatile. You never knew what he was going to do. You know, he screwed us over in a playoff before that got us knocked out because he didn't have that cool. But in terms of like real egos, I mean, you expect to have a lot of egos in the locker room, right? It's just a matter of how you have that relationship with your players. Thierry Henry had the biggest ego of anybody that I ever knew, and he had trouble adjusting to players who didn't have the quality or the mentality that he had, and I think that had a negative effect a lot of times on younger players and whatever. But on the flip side, he also spent a lot of time with those guys. So at times it was really, really polarizing. He'd break things in the locker room and people would be all wound up and make everybody uneasy because he's such a big figure that he was, in theory, bigger than the club. He was bigger than the team, and that caused a lot of trouble at times. But then at other times you saw a caring side. So he's the biggest ego. I just don't think he ever really knew how to handle it in MLS.
Gotcha.
What about you, Pat? When you were growing up in the Vermont soccer scene, did you have any guys coming through the ranks? Just egos that you're just like, this guy's cancerous to the squad.
My senior year of high school, we went 1 whatever, however we lost a lot.
What was the reason?
So it was probably me. Yeah, it's probably the big ego.
Yeah.
Because I just brought so much to the table. You just spent 40 seconds talking about Thierry Henry again. Big humble brag. We've been kind of like making fun of you over here.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Okay.
I actually felt mean to say.
That was okay. Well, let's move on to Shakhtar against Roma. Roma went up 1-0, lost 2-1 away.
I'm sorry.
To Shakhtar. What's your prediction for the second leg? And by the way, Shakhtar is a team that never gets respect when you get to this point, right? And of course, this is usually around the time when they go out or they're in the Europa League by now. But like, they won, and still, no matter what, because you match them up against Roma, you're like,
Oh, it was
huge
only
upset.
Roma.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was only Roma.
Yeah.
No, Shakhtar is a really, really interesting story to me just because, like, it's in the middle, or I don't even know, outskirts of Ukraine, but they pull so many Brazilians and, like, South American players, and every year they'll sell someone to a big club. Like, they're going to probably sell one of their guys to Man City. I forgot exactly his name, but they're going to sell one to a big club this summer. Every year they're like in the running, but we don't talk about them enough.
Right.
Like they had to move out of their stadium because of political unrest. But yeah, I think Shakhtar deserves a lot of respect. But I think Roma's gonna go through.
Yeah.
That trip to Ukraine is a monster, and that home advantage is big.
Yeah, but you still have to kind of discredit them for going up 1-0 and then giving up 2 goals. Of course, again, it's a good team, but let's talk about Roma in the league, though. You know, in the top 4, they're going to definitely finish in the top 5 this year, but they need to finish in the top 4 for a Champions League spot. It's been kind of a quiet year because you have this Napoli-Juventus title race right now. Do you think that they could stay in that position, top 3, and finish above Lazio?
Yeah, I think so, man. Like, Inter doesn't really know what they're doing. They're super, super up and down. Roma they lost some pieces this summer, and it kind of looked like they brought Monchi in. Like, we did that doc on Monchi. He's like a really, really interesting person in the way that he flips players over and does that whole kind of money ball thing. But
by the way, people are pissed off about selling Mo Salah for only $40 million.
dude,
right?
I don't know.
When you look at what the market was like,
Yeah.
only $40 million.
It's
but,
like
but if you were, let me ask you this: if you were a sports director and you didn't know what the market was going to be like, and you bought a guy for 15, and you knew that you could sell him for 45 soon after, would you not take that?
I mean, from a business point of view, I don't think it's a bad deal. Like, you made a $30 million profit. Mo Salah scored a lot of goals for Roma. But then you look at the other side of it, like you said, like $45 million is nothing in this market. I don't think I feel like Roma fans will probably be disappointed that they didn't get more, but the market is so volatile and it changes so much. I don't think you could be upset about it. But then they replace him with Cengiz Ünder, and then he's gonna probably be sold for millions and millions. And they'll
Scored
just
today.
do it. Yeah, he scored their last 2 games, so I think they'll be fine. I think Monchi's gonna kind of come in and revamp that system of transfers and kind of bring them into the modern era. But I think they'll finish top 4. I think they'll get Champions League, and I think they'll go through against Shakhtar.
Pat, what are the people saying?
Dude, so much.
Are you writing emails?
I'm like I said, I'm with the people. So you're just not drinking any of that?
I'm letting it. You said to
one
let it settle in.
sip.
We got people in the comments asking me to send them that cola, and you're not even drinking yours.
It's one of those types of drinks that you want to let that ice dissolve a little bit. You know, water it down because it's so potently good that.
No, you just want to get it right into your veins.
I would rather burn rings, make rings into this table than have to drink this.
Also, actually, we have Jack said, LMAO, Aaron can eat hot wings with hot sauce like it's nothing, but is scared to drink soda.
I sipped it and it's bad.
Funny.
What, like?
I hope he's talking about the show that you guys did.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's
Not
talking
just
about the
generalizing
FIFA showdown.
He's just been following you
Where
around.
I eat
I
hot
didn't want him to be generalizing as a hot wing guy.
That's fair. Okay, he is talking about the show FIFA Showdown, where we eat wings with hot sauce and debate the game's hottest topics over hot sauce.
I feel bad because.
Oh, there's Pat taking
Pat.
I'm sorry.
taking all the attention.
Are you not finishing a thought?
I could have sworn I was saying words
That's
out of my
weird
mouth.
because I thought you were talking, but
Yeah.
Pat seems to
I
think that.
swear to
the show
God I was
stops when
saying
he's ready for it.
words.
I'm sorry.
out of my mouth.
Were you not done?
I was
actually had a
saying
question that was
words
going to
out
be
of
for
my
you.
mouth.
I mean, well, it's funny because someone asked who will win.
Guys work this hard to plug it to get a show once to plug it on the show.
Oh, is
and
that
all
what's
of a
going on?
sudden
I'm sorry, dude. I'm so in the. Let me get down for a bit. Go ahead.
And Pat's gone. He's been put under the table for 30 seconds until Aaron can plug his FIFA Showdown show.
FIFA Showdown, where we talk soccer's hottest topics with hot sauces. But this is bad. Here's the thing. This is just bad. It's really, really bad. I took one sip to be polite. I'm a polite person. I'm from the South. But this is bad.
But your show is good. I like your show, though.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Huge comparison. Shows you the kind of what's bad and what I think is good. Pat, can you come back and let us know what you
Yeah, and let me say, FIFA Showdown is an amazing show. I was on it, which like upped the game a little bit. But it is. It's fun. Aaron just houses those. It's kind of it's hard because Aaron eats those hot wings, and it's not really a punishment, is it? Because he just enjoys it.
Yeah.
So
he skips lunch that day.
yeah.
For the
Yeah,
sake
he's like,
of
oh man,
free lunch.
oh I gotta eat these really delicious
And
hot
someone's
wings.
gonna pay $14
What a bummer.
for this really nice, like whatever hot sauce it is.
And let me hang out with like cool people.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say before I was super disrespectful and interrupted you,
Delicious.
is someone said who will win Calcio A, and then everyone was kind of getting on him about calling
it Calcio A, because that's
Yeah.
what they call it in FIFA, because that's not really what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, in
But-
FIFA they
but
still call it
respect,
Calcio.
though.
They don't have the rights.
No. But respect.
Sorry, pal. I didn't mean to roast you like that.
The
But
A-League in Italy.
I think it will be, honestly, honest opinion, I think it's going to be Napoli. I think they've come through a lot of tough tests in the last few weeks that kind of make me feel like they have what it takes to win the league. They don't care about Europa League, which is smart. But I think Napoli's going to win it. I'm a diehard Juve fan, as if you know, seen any of my content, you know that. But I think Napoli are good enough to win it this year. So
You think it's good that they don't care about Europa League?
I think for them it's good that they don't care about Europa League
they're
because
prioritizing the league.
Yeah, prioritizing the league. They don't have enough depth to win both. So
Guys, let's give the people what they really want, what they really came for, and that is the giveaway that we had you guys fill out that little survey from last week. We posted it on our platforms. We posted it on our social platforms as well. And we had quite a bit of submissions. Pat's going to do the honors of taking.
What did I do with that?
There it is behind you.
I knew
We got all the submissions. Pat, why don't you put that in a hat to be fair, because we don't want you looking at some of those names in there.
Let me shake it up a bit.
By the way, the winner is going to be getting a sick pair of Predator indoor shoes.
Put some moxie in this. Okay. Here you go. Here's
please
your hat.
don't ever drink.
Am I picking
Monster.
it?
You're
That's
picking it. You're
a
picking
public
it.
service
Oh,
announcement
those
from
are
me.
you're the social guy.
While they're
dude.
doing that,
I'm the
don't
social guy.
ever
Here we are.
drink
We're in the social
Moxie.
corner. Talk more about what they're winning.
Predator Tango TR indoor shoes.
Nice.
Dude, that's sweet. You are a shoe head. You're a sneaker head.
All right, we ready? Oh no, one fell out.
We
I'm gonna
lost
put it
one.
back in.
And now the giveaway has lost its integrity.
All right, ready? Ready? Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
And the winner is the ultimate winner.
That was a drum roll.
Okay,
He wrote the name. He's having trouble reading it.
Darren Nahabedian.
Yeah!
That is some name.
That is
That's
solid.
cool.
I mean, I think you gave it a good attempt.
Is that
Yeah.
Armenian?
Turn it around. let's read it.
IAN, ending in IAN? Armenian maybe?
Could be.
Turn it
Could
around.
be.
Nah, Betty.
Show it to the.
Show it to the crowd.
Hopefully it was
work-
spelled right in the
Pat's
thing
working
that
the
I have.
cameras.
Because,
There
oh,
it
I guess
is.
I gotta go over here. And the draw goes to. That's fun, huh? Good little soccer joke. I know.
Shout out to what's his name again?
Darren.
Darren Betty.
Nahabedian. Hopefully I said it right, because respect to your name.
Shout out
Well,
Darren.
guys, we appreciate you guys putting all your submissions in. That means a lot to us, so keep those coming in the future. We're going to be doing all kinds of giveaways on this live show, not just on the live show, but on all our platforms, so make sure you stay tuned to that. But we do this live every single week at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, is that time ideal for you guys? If you prefer a different time that we go live, we want to know it from you, so hit those up in the comments. Blame Pat. Pat's the one that picked 5 p.m., so if it's not the ideal time, yell at him for that. And that's not the only, well, that's the only giveaway for today, but we're also running a contest. Aaron's going to hit you guys with that information right now.
Yes, guys, this is your chance to sit in our shoes and represent your country at Copa 90. In particular, we're looking for fans of Latin American teams who will be supporting your team from the U.S. during the international friendly games from March 19th to 27th. It's super easy to enter. All you have to do is click the link that's in our comments right now and enter the contest by telling us why you should be considered as a Copa 90 U.S. fan. This is your chance to come and take our jobs. Take Pat's job. I mean, look at him. Come on.
So many kids are claiming.
And you've got till Sunday to enter.
You've
So
got
hit that
till
link.
Sunday. Hit that link.
Time is of the essence.
Tell us. It's super easy. All you got to do is get in front of your phone, go to the link, click it, get in front of your phone, film a quick video to tell us why you should be considered, and get at us.
I can't see the comments, but I know that we're supposed to put the link in the comments, so hopefully it's up there. If Pat's doing it right, it'll be there.
Again,
waiting for you guys.
Utmost importance.
Somewhere in there.
In Sunday, guys. In Sunday. So don't be lazy. You see the link, just click it, film a video. The whole process takes at most like 5 minutes. So just get in there and holler at us. Come take Pat's job. I
Yeah.
love Pat, but would love to
Pretty
have
much
one
what
of
this
you.
is
Yeah.
a chance to take Pat's job. When we say a chance to stand in our shoes or sit in our shoes, it's essentially us trying to find you as the new Pat. So,
Liberate me.
We love Pat,
I could finally
but
do my true
we could
calling.
always do better.
And I'll finally go to do what I was meant to do.
We're at a yeah, honestly. We can set Pat free in the Vermont forest and let him frolic with
Dude, we
his
got
buddies.
All right, guys, there was big games yesterday, though. I'm glad we finally get to talk about them. I've been holding them inside for a while. Champions League, Barca,
Big game.
Chelsea, 1-1. Messi finally breaks the curse, I guess it would be, for a guy like him. It's a curse if you've gone like 7-8 games and not scored against a team, which is odd. But he's scored 101 goals now in Europe. And
Pretty good.
I believe it's like, I don't know, 30-something teams, I don't remember the exact number, but he scored against like 30 or high 20s or 30-something teams in the European competition.
That's a lot of teams.
By the way, FIFA Frank, AC Milan, I think, is the #1 team on that list. He scored like a bunch of goals against AC Milan.
And aren't they banged?
Well, here's the good thing. He doesn't have to worry about that because AC Milan aren't in Champions League.
Oh. That's true.
Happy for you, Frank.
That's true.
Happy for
Which
you.
means Donnarumma's going to only cost $50 million this summer when they don't make Champions League. So guys, get your checkbooks ready.
Quick,
because
quick,
Donnarumma's going to be.
quick. Where's he going?
Fire sale. Real Madrid. I don't even know why I said that.
All right. I mean, you said it, though.
Juventus.
You said it. That's
Everybody
not
knows
bad.
Buffon plants his feet, and once he plants his feet, that's it. That's it. When he plants his feet, that's it. The rest is all arm stuff. He's got long arms. He's not covering a lot of ground. World-class player. Will be a legend, but don't think he's at the level that he once was. By the way, we were in Italy for Donnarumma's debut back in the day.
Were you?
They played against France. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, you told me about that. Yeah, that's pretty tight.
Crazy.
He was like 16?
Yeah, he got scored on.
Wild.
He got scored on.
That's not what you want, to be honest.
Yeah, but it was France. You're allowed to be scored on by France.
Let's talk about those Antonio Conte tactics.
Yeah, bench Gary Cahill. That's the way you do it. That's how you solve all your problems. Apparently.
Here's the thing about Gary Cahill. Not my favorite soccer player, but way bigger in person than I thought. I saw Chelsea play Atletico Madrid in London, and he was huge. I didn't realize he was that big. Like, I thought Jan Oblak was like 6'7". Clearly not, unless Gary Cahill was 6'7", because they're exactly the same height. Gary Cahill looked like a monster. Wasn't the greatest at the footy, but big man.
It is funny.
I will give him that. He's a big man.
Even now, like, and I've played against a lot of like big players as you have, and Pat did in high school. Clearly, that's what happened in that season. But when you sit even 2-3 rows up, right? You're like, oh, they're not that big.
Right.
Even now, when you take, like, if you played a game the day before against big guys and you sat 3 rows up, you'd be like,
he's not that big, bro. He's not that
then
big.
You get field side with him, and you're
it's like you stand
man.
beside him. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
cool, bro, cool. We got to confirm Gary Cahill is 6'4" from the internets. Confirmed.
Are they measuring NBA height though? NBA gives like 2 inches to every guy.
I don't know. It could be like in boots. He's 6'4". I'm gonna go out on a limb and say like flat-footed Gary Cahill was 6'4". Like my guy can play shooting guard.
Yeah, players are various different sizes and from many different places.
What does that mean to you when you're coming up against a center back who's just big and burly and like you got to battle
you
with
wouldn't be
that
coming
guy?
up against him because he's a left.
Oh, he's a left back. You're
You're
right.
playing next to him. Yeah.
Do you prefer to play next to bigger center backs, or you like
I play the game.
Guys?
That's great. That's great. I love when you use hand tactics like that because it tells you exactly where
It's
you're going.
very simple.
Up
Let's
one side,
put it up here.
cutting back inside.
Yeah.
We should get you a tactical board. That would be great.
What the public didn't understand from what you just showed them with that quick movement was that as a right-footed left back, you are an inverted fullback. So you cut in often to the right like that, like you showed us. And I mean, honestly, you're one of the greatest right-footed left backs.
What's the thing? You're clearly showing that you take what the game gives you, right?
Yeah.
Which is that you were initially wanting to go up the field forward.
Right.
When they blocked off that lane, you had a direct 90 degrees inside, straight inside.
That's the kind of tactical insight we get from Pat, and honestly, it's unmatched from any other show.
Philosophy. I'm a true number 3.
Number 3, I like that. Roberto Carlos. Ashley Cole.
Some of the biggest names that have played in the game.
We're all number 3s.
Let's move on to some questions, huh?
All right. Let's talk a little bit about Sergio Busquets. How good is he?
Dude, I hate Busquets, but he's so good.
When you decide to not go up the line and you cut inside and you're playing next to a Sergio Busquets, what are you thinking? Don't cover your mouth, because I can't hear.
What I know about Sergio Busquets is he replaced Marco Sen on the Spanish national team.
How does that make you feel inside?
It was the right time because Senna was getting old, but Senna is one of my favorite players of all time. Go back to you guys talking about it.
Okay. Let's move on to Bayern Besitkas then.
Wait.
Dude, YouTube won't let me comment anymore. I've commented too many times, they won't let me.
Why are you commenting?
Because I'm with the people at all times in every aspect of my life. Let me see if I'm back in.
All right. What do you have to say, Aaron?
Busquets.
I'm back.
I want the public to know that I hate him, but I respect him a lot. I think
right now we just got back to right where we started when that conversation.
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
no, we
right
didn't.
Down the middle. Shut down the fairway.
Here's the thing. I hate some players, but I do not respect them.
Okay.
I also simultaneously do not respect
All right.
them.
Well, let's use Dash's way of the spectrum. Is he a rat or do you love him?
He's a rat.
Okay.
He is a rat, but he's so good.
Yeah.
He's absurd. Like the way that he plays out of pressure, the way that he reads the game.
Well, rats are a resilient bunch.
Listen, you give me 10,000 rats, I'm taking over New York City. Just saying. Give me 10,000 Sergio Busquets. I'm going to do a lot of diving.
There's 10,000 rats around here.
You're
not taking over anything. Trust me, I've tried.
You get 10,000 rats on your side, and the rest are then on your side. You guys don't know rat psychology.
After only drawing in Leg 1, do Barcelona have anything to worry about?
Yes.
In Leg 2?
Yes, they do. I think they do. The way that
Scored an away goal.
they did score an
Have a
away
guy
goal,
named Messi
but the
on
way
it.
that Conte set that team up had Barcelona look like scrambling a lot. And I think Barcelona are still going to go through. I think they're the best team in the world right now. They've got the best player in history. Yeah, I said it. But yeah, I think they're going through. But yes, they have a lot to worry about because Conte exposed a lot in that team.
Well, it just shows you that the people that have been the best against Barcelona are the ones that stick to their blocks. Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
have
can
it.
you take this
Stick
too?
to their,
Also,
take this one. You have this one too.
thank you.
That's a gift. You can pass those.
What a treat.
Yeah, give them to the
war room
comment
if you have
section.
to.
Give them to your people.
What a treat. It's coming out to you guys in the comment section. We got all, it's a good time. Back to you guys.
Yeah. I don't even remember what I was saying now, to be honest with you. No, but early on, right? The teams that have always been successful against Barcelona are very well organized. They disrupt things, they frustrate them, and they counter very fast. When you
Yeah.
counter very fast, of course, somehow Barcelona was able to keep getting 6, 7 guys behind the ball immediately. But, you know, it's a way to break them down. And I think Conte exposed that a little bit. But again, they're going to be playing away from home this time.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. Chelsea should have gotten the result at home. I think if they wanted any chance, I think Barcelona's definitely going to go through in this one.
It's funny too because before the game, like I saw the fact that Alvaro Morata wasn't starting and like Eden Hazard was gonna be a false. I do it in the corner. I
I got
love
my
this
own
game.
world over here. I'm sorry.
Man.
But like it worked out perfectly. Like you can say a lot of things about Antonio Conte. You probably can't say he plays beautiful football, but he's a smart soccer mind. So I'll leave it at that.
Who got hair plugs?
He did get hair plugs.
Yeah.
That's a real thing
That should be
happened.
discussed too.
We need to talk about that.
We
more,
will
to
talk
be
about that.
honest.
But let's, Pat, you were on a trip recently. You're laughing again.
Dude, I love the comments, dude.
I
love
wish,
it.
but I wish
Someone thanked us for the soda.
I like that. But Pat, you went on a trip recently to a place that has its own brand of soda. Tell us about that.
What's the soda part?
I don't know, not about the soda, but tell us about the trip.
Yeah, we were in Östersund, Sweden, who, if you're following the Europa League or you're an Arsenal fan, you know are in a home-and-home tie with Arsenal right now, and it's a amazing club. They have, with very little resources, since 2010, risen from the 4th division to the 1st division, won Swedish Cup last year, now in Europa League. They beat Galatasaray.
It would be amazing if we had a video to check
It'd be
out.
wild if like someone put together a story telling.
I feel like I was finally talking articulately.
Yeah.
So we're in Östersund, Sweden,
What's
about
Sweden?
240 miles from the Arctic Circle. These are the giant slayers of Europe.
We're a small club, we're beating the numbers game. We are very earliest. Earliest.
Elias.
Earliest.
Elias. It's a northern Swedish word for be different, and it's why Östersunds have shattered expectations on the European stage. And now it's earned them a dream matchup against Arsenal. So we're in Östersund, Sweden.
Patty boy, you did a movie. You did a whole movie. Talk about it.
Pat, tell us about that now.
Is it done?
Articulate.
Oh, because I'm watching what the people have, which must be like a second behind. It was awesome. It was so cool. Sorry, Matt. Don't look at me like that. Dude.
Wait, I'm watching with the people, which means I must be a second behind. You think the stream's just
Do you guys watch?
real live?
It's not like real time. Like they got like a little bit of delay, and I'm with them.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sweden was unbelievable. One of the coolest places I've ever been. Honestly, life-changing because I saw the Northern Lights. But the club itself is amazing. As I was saying, they're kind of the David and Goliath story because they beat Galatasaray. That was one of the coolest stories. They went away to Galatasaray and they
Galatasaray's
beat
welcome to
them.
hell, right? That's
Yeah.
their motto in the stadium?
I don't recall if they beat them or they drew, but like
knocked
they
them out.
won the series there, and the Galatasaray fans were like throwing their season tickets onto the field, and also like gave Östersund's like a standing ovation, which like the players that we spoke to said it was like one of the coolest things they've ever experienced.
That's a crazy fan base giving a standing ovation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
Like that's
very,
one of the
very
hardest
loyal.
fan bases in the
Yeah.
world to impress, I feel like.
Yeah,
Tell
it's
you what.
cool that they can like recognize their own club like being bad, and then also like give credit to the underdogs.
That's awesome.
So-
You know what? I almost signed there at Östersund's, not Galatasaray.
Yeah.
I did sign at Bursaspor for a day.
You did. I was a
There
great
was
time.
pictures
That was a
of
big time for
me
me.
with the alligator or whatever.
I had your fat head on my wall at
Yeah.
the time.
I almost signed with Östersund's. I actually have in my email, which I'll show you. I'll bring it on I'll put it on the next live show. A contract offer with a letterhead from the club. Could have been made up. Might have been made up. But as far as I know, it was real.
Listen,
So
there'd be no way of knowing.
there is no way of knowing at this point. All I know is that I'm in the Europa League. Is basically how I translate that.
Dude,
Like, I'm currently playing in the Europa League.
Give me
About
that.
to get knocked
Give me
out by my favorite team, Arsenal, who's also a dream of mine to play. I didn't quite make that, but I played in the Europa League for Östersund.
Yeah. Dude, such an
close
amazing
enough.
club, but I couldn't imagine living there for a really long time. And I'm
You're from Vermont.
and I'm from Vermont.
Socialism.
And I'm from Vermont. Yeah,
And
it's
you're
great.
from
It's
Vermont.
beautiful, but it's just icy cold. You know what I mean? Like this cold, but all over your body.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, Pat. You're making sense now. Let's talk about. Let's move on to domestic player rules, right? So, Chelsea were the first English side in history to field an entirely foreign first 11. At that point, I think in the knockout stages of the Champions League. Obviously, there's been tons of discussions forever about how domestic player rules have affected player development as well as the wages, transfers, all those types of things in the UK. We're having the same sort of issue right now with this TAM and GAM and all these mechanisms in the US. It's a breeding ground for bringing in all these foreign players, which ultimately increases the quality of the league, but doesn't always increase the quality of domestic player. Do you think these rules need to change a little bit? I guess they're all different rules in every league, but do you think that there needs to be a mechanism, at least in the US, speaking from our standpoint, that doesn't give privilege, because we don't want to give privilege, but gives at least equal opportunity for players to find a spot in the lineup or in the 18?
Yeah, I think I'm a fan of how a lot of European leagues, I think most European leagues have domestic player minimums where you have to have, I think in England, you have to have 8 players like who played in the domestic system between like 13 and 18, something like that. And you have to have 4 players who were from your club as well, like brought up in that system. I think there should be something like that for the US. When it gets to like actual lineups, like you have to have a domestic player in your lineup or your starting lineup, I think that's where it gets a little iffy. It's like, I feel like it should be pushed to the point where you have to include domestic players. But at that point, like if you're not good enough, you're not good enough. So, because I think having rules like in the actual matchday squad would hinder teams, and I think it just hurts them overall. But I do think there should be domestic player rules.
Yeah, but like you could still have young domestic players, even if they're 17, 18, 19 years old, at the end of your lineup, and you're forced to use them a few times throughout the year. I mean, Denmark had rules like that.
I don't necessarily disagree with it. I just think it'd be a really, really hard sell for leagues to also, in addition to club rules, to match day rules as well. I think that's a tough
Understandable.
ask.
Guys, but we want to know what you guys think. I was going to ask Pat, but I can guarantee you indifferent to that. So you guys let us know, should rules be more strict? Sorry, I'm in trouble with the words sometimes.
Words are hard.
Should the rules be more strict for domestic players? Should there be some sort of mechanisms to help promote domestic player development, not just in the U.S., but in other leagues as well? I want to know what you guys think. Be cool to hear your thoughts. And yeah, hit a poll. I think we have a poll. Do we have a poll? Did we put a poll up? Is there any poll? Did we get a poll? No poll? Okay.
No,
well,
we have no.
Dude, let me just scratch that out of the run show. We're moving on to Thierry Henry on his Neymar quotes. Made a quote about basically Neymar saying that he should change sports if he wants to get out of Messi's shadow, and then kind of went on to clarify that every player should. That it's not just him. It's not an attack on him as a player, but in reality, Messi is Messi, and there's nobody in this planet that's like not in his shadow at this point. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I get what he's saying. He's saying like if you're playing this sport, you're in Messi's shadow.
Yeah.
Like it didn't matter that you were at Barcelona in Messi's shadow. Like if you're on this earth and you were playing this professional sport, you were in Messi's shadow. But by the same token, like he was directly under Messi's shadow. I think Dani Alves had the quote where he was like, literally, you start to doubt yourself. You're like, I don't know if I'm doing this or I have Messi beside me, so it doesn't matter what I do. So I don't blame Neymar for going to like try and start his own thing and get paid as well. Yeah, so I mean, I think Henry probably understood that. So I think that's why.
Who's gonna have a better World Cup, Messi or Neymar?
I think Neymar, man. I think he's better enabled to succeed in that Brazil squad. I don't think there's as much pressure on him, especially since like he brought Brazil the Olympic gold that they had never gotten. So he has won a trophy for them. But I think Neymar's gonna do better. I think he's just better set up.
Pat, you're giggling again. What's going on over there, dude?
Always.
One of my young comrades said, "Here we go, Thierry Henry again."
I like that. I like that. That's fair. That's
good.
That's fair.
Dude, and also funny in the comments is, in live show fashion, some very small European league has like a contingent of people wanting to talk about it. Now it's the Norwegian league.
Okay.
Some kids like IK Start, where Mads Stokelen played. Amazing
Conor
player.
O'Brien just left there. He was there for like half a season.
Wasn't
IK Start. I was just there. I just met with him last week.
Wasn't Hunter Freeman there?
It was a great experience.
Nice. Wait,
Hunter Freeman played at Start.
Tell us about the other poll.
Didn't they just get promoted?
There'd be no way of knowing.
There'd be no way.
Let us know, Norway fans.
Tell us about the results of the first poll.
Do we have poll results? Oh, they came to me and no one to. Where am I looking? Oh no.
Well, we're live, so you know.
Oh no. Someone said I look like Courtois. That's kind of a compliment. I don't know where I'm looking. Please come on. Please come on screen.
It's in the computer, Pat. You got this.
Is it Slack?
It's in
and
the computer.
Matt stepped in.
It's in the computer.
Where am I? I didn't even know this little I button existed on here.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Well, I gotta vote first. Who's your favorite after the first leg? I don't know. I voted and it's only me.
You were the only one that voted?
Well, I mean, I voted and
Who'd you vote for?
I put Bayern, and now I'm at. It says 100%.
We only have one vote and it was
No,
bad.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think something's just way off. Who knew about that I button?
There'd be no way.
Comment over here if you knew about the I button.
What I button are you talking about?
The there's like a little. I guess it's for info from
okay.
US. All right,
Well,
the poll results are coming soon. Norway, great league. Good times here on the live show.
All right, cool. Guess what? We're gonna move into a new segment. I'll let Aaron describe it.
Yeah, this is a perfect time to introduce it because it's February, so it's Black History Month. Heath is going to sit there with a real plastic look on his face and not say anything, I'm assuming.
Can we get a zoom shot, please? I'd like to be out of the frame.
Leave it on Heath, actually. No, Black History Month, we are introducing the Black Power Rankings. So every live show, I will be selecting probably 5. I think we're going to stick to 5, but 5 black folks of note. And let's kick it off right now. Number 5, Isaac Drogba. My guy, 17 years old, just signed with Guignon, his father's old club, 16 years after his father originally signed for Guignon. That's just a boss move. I think it's tight. All the best luck.
What's the name of that club again?
Guignon.
You are the most respectful of anybody I know in terms when it comes to pronouncing guys' names and stuff.
I gotta be respectful. It's the only thing I've got.
Okay.
It's the only thing I've got.
You also have the Black Power Rankings.
2 things. I have 2 things now: Black Power Rankings and respect.
Okay.
Number 4, Raheem Sterling. This man is directly involved with 27 goals this season. He's rich. A lot of people talk about that. A lot of people talk about Raheem Sterling being rich. But he surprised his sister with a brand new house for her birthday, which is super tight. So that brings Raheem into number 4 for me. Coming in strong at number 4.
You've got to be something great if you buy somebody a house and you only break number 4 on this list.
Number 4. Number 3 is Willian because he bowled out of his mind against Barcelona yesterday, and he got smacked around. Like it looked like he was the victim of a domestic violence case. It looked like they punched him in the nose repeatedly. Yeah. But he scored a goal. He got the goal for Barcelona against Barcelona. And number 2, Sadio Mane. I'm loving your face right now, brother. Like, you trying to keep a straight face.
This is new to me. I'm just taking it all in,
No,
man.
this is why I love the live show, because I get to sit beside
I'm
you.
all for it.
Number 2, Sadio Mane. Hat trick against Porto. Champions League. Absolutely absurd. He and Mo Salah, his African counterpart, have been killing it. Mo Salah's been stealing the headlines, but Sadio Mane, because he wanted to make it to number 2 in the Black Power Rankings, scored that hat trick against Porto.
Let me ask you a question. So before you go to number 1, you had 3 of them performance-based, and then you had Raheem Sterling because he bought his sister a house.
Also performance-based. 27 goals and bought his sister a house.
Listen, you make the rankings how you want to make them. I'm just making sure I understand correctly that.
The
3 of them were performances and 1 of them was a house.
The criteria are dark and mysterious, just like the Black Power Rankings.
I love this segment.
Number 1.
I do. It was a good time.
Number 1, Michy Batshuayi. My man
really.
got left in the wilderness of Chelsea. Marooned at the end of Antonio Conte's bench. Now he has found a home at Dortmund. 5 goals and assists in 4 games for Dortmund. Number 1 in our Black Power Rankings. My
great.
Black Power Rankings.
Yeah.
Mine.
Loves it.
Thank you, white people.
Yeah. Guys, if you want Aaron to keep those going every single show, we will. He's been begging to have his power rankings for a while now. I think those are all very valid, good quality players. And Raheem Sterling bought his sister a house, so very valid. I have not bought my sister a house, so you know. I'm not going to be
Someone
on
said,
anybody's power ranking.
someone said, why,
Much to think about.
someone said, why are there no white players in the black power rankings?
That's a good
God,
point.
that is a valid question.
I'm gonna
We're
have to
get.
I'm
We're
gonna have
to
to
address
take
this
it.
eventually.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit with that for a little while. There'd be no way of knowing. Honestly, there would be no way of knowing.
Great segment.
It was. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Cool. What else is going on in the comments, Pat?
Dude, the comments are unbelievable. It's mostly just me like massing my army. Like I'm just with the people. Let's scroll up a bit. Let's see what's going on. People are talking Liga MX. People
What are they talking Liga MX
World
about?
domination. Well, someone was talking about how much they love Tijuana, and then someone was like,
Tight.
nah, not Tijuana. We're talking Chivas. So that's cool. What else we got? People are still calling to talk about the Norwegian league, but I just don't know what to say.
No.
Valerenga. That's a team.
Valerenga.
It's
Yeah.
a team.
Is that the team of the Queen? Is that the Queen's team?
It's the only team like in like proper Oslo, as far as I know, because there's teams in like the.
Or the King's team?
Let's see what else. Someone said Bill Clinton for some reason. Talk Musa Dembele Celtic. I would. Someone did earlier ask if Celtic are going to win the Europa League, and the answer is yes.
What do they want to talk about Musa? I like Musa. If that's a thing we can talk about, I like Musa a lot. I think he deserves a move to like the Prem.
In the power rankings.
Not enough to be in the power rankings.
I mean, there's plenty of fantastic.
That is true.
Black folks out here.
Yeah,
all
but
right? Not
you
everyone
had a
can
chance.
make
You had
the
a
power
chance,
rankings.
and now you're jumping on that bandwagon.
All right, let me first
And
let me
Masanda as well,
let me
dude, he had
set
the
this.
assist in the
Let me
last
set
game.
these parameters right here.
Dude,
Power rankings, praising black people, two different things.
Okay.
I want you guys to know that.
Okay.
I will not be put in the box for praising black people.
Okay. Dude, it just seems like you had
I'm-
entire 3-4 minutes.
You had 5 names. You had
Yeah.
5 names in there, right?
So you wouldn't put him in your 5 names?
Not now, no. He didn't
Okay.
make it. Was he in the 5 names?
Did he buy his sister a house?
Did he buy his sister house? Did he
Maybe.
score 27 goals and buy his sister house?
That's true. 27 goals is a
Someone
lot.
asked.
Scored 21, laid on 6. That's a lot of goals, guys. And he bought a sister house. That's guapped up.
Musa is Arabic for Moses. Is that true?
Probably. Sounds about right.
Someone said
Maybe
that.
no way of
I think
knowing.
it's. I think that's the guy who's watching.
Can we talk about Dembele's?
Yeah, please.
Let's talk about
please.
Dembele's overall, because Dembele's been balling. Musa, Usman. Wait, there's another one. There are more. Karamoko, who plays for Celtic,
The little-
like the
the
little
little guy.
one,
Yeah,
little
yeah.
guy. There's
Dude, he's
like,
like
no,
too tall.
he's literally like
13.
he's tiny, and
He's the superstar.
he's
right?
a
yeah,
baller.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
one more Dembele.
Dude,
I
Celtic
feel
is
like.
the most
We're
beautiful
missing a
club in the
Dembele.
world. Tied with-
Commenters, let us know. We're definitely missing a
Yeah.
Dembele. There's
What
at least one
Dembele
more
are we
Dembele.
missing?
There's Musa Dembele from Celtic, Musa Dembele from Spurs, Ousmane Dembele from Barcelona, Karamoko Dembele from Celtic. There's one more Dembele I feel like I'm missing. There'd be no way of knowing.
If there was a search engine that would allow us to find that answer, it'd
Honestly,
be great, but
if I had the power to just look things up, you think I wouldn't do it?
What's your Dembele best 11? That's funny.
Dembele
Musa
in
is
goal.
Arabic
Wait,
for
Dembele
Moses.
in goal. Dembele right back.
Just confirming that Musa is Arabic for Moses. Very cool.
Tight.
Yes, dude. Everyone's confirming it. Right on, dude. Right on to this fan base, dude. Musa Dembele at Celtic though. What a treat.
It's true. He's not
anything else going on there? Are we gonna wrap the
People
show
were-
up?
Are we? People were talking. Someone asked what was going on with the NASL. It's too much to explain here, but hit me up.
No, I got nothing but time.
CONCACAF Champions League. We should talk about. 'Cause
I got nothing but time, my friend.
It's true.
Answer the question. Don't avoid the
it's
question.
too much,
These
man.
people tune in. They sit for an hour to get
Only
their question
one
answered,
person.
and then you just talk past them. What's
There's
up with
a 13
NASL?
Someone said Aaron Dembele. NASL. I don't know. It's still stuck in court. It's bogus. It sucks. It makes me not like this game. I'm gonna cry.
See, that's all we needed.
Yeah. So Dembele power rankings. No one.
Who's
best
asking
Dembele?
those questions, by the way? Do they have names, or are you going back to just making them people on the internet?
Dude, we're all equal, so no one needs a name. This is
What else
this
is
my
being,
cult.
What else is being asked?
I think
dude, it's
there's
all
one
about
missing.
Dembele.
I
People
think
want Dembele power
all of
rankings.
them?
Aaron,
I
do a
think so,
quick Dembele power ranking.
Quick Dembele power rankings. All right. Number 1, Musa Dembele from Spurs.
Okay, wrong.
Number 2, Musa Dembele from Celtic. Number 3,
Nice.
Ousmane Dembele from Barcelona, back from injury layoff.
Very well should be number 1.
Should be. If he was fully fit and
Yeah.
playing regularly,
Yeah.
he'd probably be number 1.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the Musa Dembele from Spurs, even though he plays for
And I
Spurs.
don't really like the way he went about his transfer, by the way.
I'm not a huge fan of that either.
That's
not a
just-
huge fan of that. Actually, you know what? I'm
Moving
moving
on,
him
very upstanding
for
club.
his injury status right now and the way that he went about that transfer. I'm moving him to number 4, and I'm putting young Karamoko at number 3
Makes sense.
because he's dope. I mean,
Makes sick highlight tapes.
yeah, he does. He does. So
People are on board with the cult.
Is it the cult of
Someone
Pat?
said he's right.
Is there
we
a
don't
cult
have
of Pat?
names.
Is there a cult of Pat?
Is there any other questions coming through? Comments?
Yeah, I said get in your last cues. Let's see.
Can we zoom in on this picture?
Talk about the upcoming Edinburgh
Karamoko
Derby.
Dembele?
Caleb could do that, but I'm not going to let him on. When will MLS launch promotion and relegation? Probably never, unfortunately. Who else? What do we got?
Let's get the shot of young Karamoko Dembele making his debut for Celtic. That's tight. Look at that. That's super tight.
That is sick.
He's just little, bro. No, it's just a picture of him.
Oh, that's the first team debut?
That was with the like U16s or 18s when he was 12.
It's not really a debut then. He's just kind of playing up.
If you wanna be that guy, yeah.
I mean, then wouldn't you make your debut at every age then?
His debut for the U18s. They say that. It's a thing.
Yeah, but you said his debut.
For the U18s.
No, see,
not his full debut.
Hey.
Sorry, for the U20s. It was for the.
Okay, that's crazy.
That's 13-year-old for the U20s. Okay, we gotta call that a debut.
People want to talk about Wigan upsetting Manchester City.
Let's talk about it.
Did you guys see the
Will
fake-
Grigg.
Okay.
Will Grigg. Yeah, don't say words. Will Grigg has scored the same amount of goals against the top 6 as Romelu Lukaku this season. He plays 2 divisions below Lukaku.
Guys, news relevant, by the way. We almost forgot to talk about what's his name from Villarreal, who's been arrested as many
Ruben
times
Semedo.
as goals that he scored. He was arrested. They found a pistol in his house, right? A pistol in his house.
In his basement, right?
Like an unlicensed nightclub in his basement, which is...
He was riding
The pistol
around
thing
and
is
getting
really
it,
messed up.
honestly.
But he's been arrested 3 times now, and he scored 3 goals. I don't really know where to go with this conversation other than pointing out the fact that that guy's nuts. And
no, he didn't make the power ranking.
I heard a rumor back in the day that Clint Mathis had a nightclub in his house.
I mean, honestly,
probably unregistered as well.
Here's the thing. If you're a pro athlete in the modern era, going out is bad, probably.
Clint Mathis also had cornrows at a certain point.
Ooh.
Clint Mathis has made some very questionable decisions.
Yeah.
On and off the pitch.
He was a good player.
He was a good player.
He was pretty nasty.
He scored some crazy volleys.
He was really good. He was the U.S.'s version of Zidane. If you were to turn him moxie into a player, like that drink into a player, and then compare it to Zidane.
He was spicy.
He was good.
He was spicy.
He was really good.
He was spicy.
I like watching him play.
Here's the thing:
Broke into the national team.
if you have the money though, wouldn't you just make a club in your basement? Because then you don't have to go out. Like you don't have to worry about people Snapchatting you when you're getting a drink in the middle of the week.
You can make your own rules in there. And that's why I
No
think it's gotten
rules,
tight.
which is terrifying, but also super tight.
There should be rules.
That's dope.
I
rules.
just got a Slack message from Lillian a little bit ago that says, honestly, Heath has had some of the most god-awful hairstyles, like, mate, keep it simple.
That was a screenshot of a
That was
chat?
a screenshot
That's rude.
shot of somebody with a Tijuana.
in the messages. Look,
So I know
shout
where
their
to
name
find
out.
them.
GK.
GK Isaac.
Shout out. He wanted a shout out.
I've talked to that guy before.
Yeah, he's the man.
Now he's turned
sick.
against me?
No, he's here with you, man. He's just chilling. He's
Honestly,
just
what
he's
I'm
having some
reading
fun.
looks like he's not with him.
Someone said I should do.
He
That's
has
all
had
caps.
some of the from here's the all caps. I'll read it. Dramatic reading. Honestly, Heath has had some of the most god awful hairstyles. Like, mate, keep it simple.
All caps.
That doesn't look like
called me
support.
mate, though.
That doesn't look. I mean, is it like?
You can
is
break
it like,
this down into being like this. There's something larger happening.
There's a
between him and I
lot.
that we've
There's a
gotta
lot
figure
to.
out.
Honestly, there's a lot to parse through here.
Yeah.
There's.
Because he calls me mate.
Yeah.
And he says god awful, and some of the most, meaning a plural. I had numerous bad hair.
But he's saying.
get
Does
off
that
his
mean
back, man.
you've had some really good ones?
Get off his back.
In his book.
First of all, why did Lillian feel the need to screenshot that and put it into our all-company Slack channel? That's bullying. First of all, that's bullying.
Someone said I should have a hipster power rank.
Lillian, whoa, that might be
Not
tight.
gonna happen.
Lillian
No,
is
because a hipster would never do that.
low-key a savage. That should be noted.
A hipster would have done that a long time ago.
Lillian's
Now
out
it's
of
played
control.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Anything
what
else?
do
Anything else left? Left?
Someone said
You're
you're.
saying you like Paul Hartley, former Hearts great, with your hairstyle.
Some guy
Can
named
you-
Paul
can you hit
Hartley
us with
played for
them?
Hearts.
You want to do like 1 or 2 minutes
Life
of
is
rapid fire
parody.
questioning, Pat? Are there
What
enough
is it?
questions to fire at us like real quick?
Should we do that? Some quick questions. Someone asked for some shout outs. Shout out Guatemala. Someone asked me because they said. Right on.
I'm down with that. Shout out Guatemala.
All right, everyone, please get these questions in. I'm just gonna read them as they come.
Hold on, real quick. Besitkas, wasn't it a bad penalty call? I mean, the red card ruined the game. Don't get me wrong. Bayern won 5-0. Congrats to
I
them.
think that
They're
was a
gonna go
soft
through.
red.
But
yes.
there's Lillian coming to the door. Don't come to the door.
We'll call you in here. We will.
She looks.
5-0.
Be no way
5-0. It's over.
It was a
But,
soft red
Besitkas.
card.
By the way, how cool is it to see a Canadian, Thibaut Hutchinson, captaining?
And behind the camera right now.
What?
He's Canadian.
Oh yeah, no, but Atiba, that's not
I know,
Atiba.
but I'm just saying.
He's just shouting out Canadians now.
That's not the point.
We
It's just
appreciate
kinda
you,
cool.
Tip.
I'm not shouting out Canadians. It's just more the relevance to the show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
which is
I was confused at what I was confused. I thought we were shouting at any Canadians, and I saw that.
You
I
gonna-
shouted
you
out the
gonna hit
first
us
one
with
I
those
saw,
rapid fire
and he is right in
questions?
my eye shot.
You gonna hit us with
That'll
those
work.
rapid fire questions?
Rapid fire
or
question.
not?
All right, let's
Do you
do
think
it.
Leon Bailey will play for England? That person's been asking that for a while. I'm sorry, I just got to it.
No.
But
There was
what?
a long Reddit thread that explained why he cannot, in fact, play for England, which sucks. But
Leon
no.
Bailey?
Bummer.
Yeah, he's like
Leon Bailey.
He's like 3 generations removed, right?
But also his grandfather is an adopted grandfather, and it's not a blood
He's
grandfather.
a Jamaican player, right?
He's Jamaican born.
Dude, he should play for Jamaica anyway. It's literally a better national team.
That's not. It's just fundamentally not true.
I don't
Okay.
think that's factual.
But it is sick when they post
Big
their
shouts to
photos and
Jamaica.
instead of going like
Big-
this, they all just go like this.
Yeah.
It's sick. So that's who I would choose to play for Jamaica.
Reggae Boys
but I
were a
obviously did
great
not.
period in my childhood in terms of style.
Some
points.
of the dopest
Yeah.
jerseys and warm-up gear you would see around, like that Kappa stuff way back in the
Dude.
day.
Yeah.
Kappa, if you
Okay.
see this,
Yeah, they're not better,
holler
but
at me.
they're sick.
They still exist.
Jamaica's the
They do
sickest.
exist.
Kappa's just a hipster brand now, though,
It
right?
is
Like,
like it's like
Are they making
it's a
kits now?
streetwear brand now.
Do they make kits though? They don't have any teams,
I think-
left, do they? Pro
they
teams.
I don't know. That's a great question.
You would know. You're a Kappa guy.
Yeah, who do they have?
Mostly streetwear. They had a new collab with Urban Outfitters.
But they have teams.
Oh, that's not a collab.
Like, are you asking
That's
if they?
selling
Are you asking?
Cagliari,
Soul.
Are you
Sampdoria,
asking if they-
Torino,
Dulwich
3
Hamlet?
3 Serie A teams.
Dulwich
Calcio
Hamlet,
A
shout out.
teams. 3 Calcio A teams.
Okay, that's tight.
Calcio.
All right, rapid fire. Let's go.
Will Juventus win the title? You said no. You
No,
said
I don't
Napoli.
think so.
Yes.
Best World Cup jersey so far? Nigeria for sure.
Yes.
Nigeria, yes.
I got you guys there. Shout out my country. What is it?
Dream Champions League final.
Dream Champions League final or CONCACAF Champions League?
Hey, Pat, just checking in with you. Do these people have names?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry,
Just
guys.
Using your comments for his
Dream-
game.
okay, okay.
You can't even give him a name.
Pat using his comments.
The Juventus
for
one
game.
was Duran Ventura, and then who asked the Dream Champions League final?
A guy named Caleb. I'm not making that
Caleb. That's funny. Dream Champions League final. I don't know. Who do you have? Liverpool, I think, would be fun, and
I'd love to see Liverpool.
Basel.
I think Liverpool Barcelona would be a lot of fun.
Liverpool, Barcelona.
Yeah.
Yeah, Basel.
I think it'd be a lot
Liverpool
of fun.
scored the most goals in the Champions League this year. That's pretty cool,
That's
right?
cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
They got Salah, Mane, and Bobby Firmino
I might
balling
go to-
out of control.
And
Mike.
so Coutinho.
Huh, funny. little pop culture reference. Thank you, Aaron. That was funny. Can Arsenal win Europa League? No, they cannot.
Can they? Yes.
The
Will
Celtic
they? No.
will win. Celtic, my dream, literally more of a dream final is Celtic versus Arsenal in Europa League than any Champions League final I can think of.
Because you don't.
I just can't really see
It'd be
Celtic getting
so
there.
fun though.
It would be fun.
Like that would be a really fun.
But the
final.
thing is where is the final this year? That's a good question.
Europa League?
I just said a question and said that's a good question. That's my own question. So, just so you guys know how I treat myself. Always rewarding myself for a good
It'll
question.
be Stade de Lyon.
Okay. So all those
Lion.
quiet Arsenal fans would.
Okay,
not.
the answer's too long. Answer's too long.
Yeah.
I gotta get back to more
All right,
questions.
more
If
questions.
you ask the
Send
questions
them.
faster, we'd answer them faster. I'm
Everyone
just
on the
saying.
panel, pick a Liga MX team to support. Pumas. I've got some friends there. No, Pachuca. I was in Pachuca. It was amazing. It's gotta be Pachuca.
Cruz Azul.
Cool. Sorry to Pumas if I.
I don't know. Rayados. Why not?
Same thing with SPL.
Someone said I hope Celtic fail. Wrong. How far will TFC go in the CONCACAF Champions League? I'm gonna say I'm gonna say they're gonna go to the final and lose to a Mexican team.
Dude, I honestly think this is a wash year for them, right? They've been in the final, then they won a championship, and they won the Canadian Cup. So now they should literally be putting everything into winning the CCL because
Dude,
no one's done that yet.
Dude, imagine if they won the CCL.
And
they went
Montreal
to-
made it to a final, so it's their job to at least get to a final.
That's the one thing Montreal still has on them. I love Montreal, but like they've been kind of shown up by Toronto. Cool, love that.
Next one,
Canadian.
hit us.
Canadian behind the camera. Oh man, what else we got? Who's gonna win the FA Cup?
No one cares. Sorry.
I don't even. I don't.
Wigan.
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 If promotion relegation was an MLS, how would it work? It'd be sick.
What'd you say?
It's a promotion relegation.
Okay,
question.
here's how you do it. Build it up to 28 teams, okay? Then you move those, then you get up to 30. Then you move those to 15 teams where they're sort of side by side, but then you create this point system over the next 2-3 years where they start to fall into first and second division. Then you drop them in. Then each year you'll be dropping teams into the second division, and then you'll be dropping more teams down than teams coming up, and that way you create a sustainable system. Then you have these big old international TV rights deals and all these types of things. Then we make a whole bunch of money, everybody wins, we bring a lot of quality players there, the US wins the World Cup, and then we all live happily ever after.
Amazing. That's a good answer.
You
Aaron,
just
you don't get
solved
the answer.
pro rail
That's
in
perfect.
literally like 30
The
seconds.
problem is no one's ever asked me. No one's ever asked me.
That's funny. That's funny. That's really funny.
People want to know what were your favorite boots.
Thierry Henry. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, blacked out. I was blacked out. Wait.
Sorry, I just saw
Can you repeat the question?
Boots were
People want stickers.
My favorite boots as a professional.
It's a really
Moxie
good question.
Cola.
That is a
actually.
good question.
Who was that person that asked that?
That's GK Isaac.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The favorite boots I ever had were these, when they made the kangaroo leather vapor.
Oh.
All vapor.
Wait,
Bro,
you- wait, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Well, first of all, I had it before you guys.
Was it
'cause I
from a
going to
dead
University of Portland,
kangaroo?
And we were testing boots, and I was the test size because I
Wow.
was size 11 and a
Wow.
half for some reason. That was
Wait,
a test shoe.
was it a dead kangaroo? Was it kangaroo leather you said?
I don't know if it's kangaroo.
You never
What
played
Is that,
soccer.
is that like real? or is that
Kangaroo
like
was a
term?
thing, dude.
Are you,
Kangaroo was a
you
real
realize
thing back in
kangaroo
the day.
is like the main
Yeah.
leather that most boots
Yeah.
use. Like if they're
gotta
leather,
sit
they're
down.
kangaroo leather.
I don't know if
I
they were
know some
actually
Australians.
kangaroo.
Actual kangaroos, yes.
Or it's like it's like
Yeah.
a brand. Like it's
They don't
actual
do it
kangaroo.
anymore, right?
Yeah, they still do.
They make it from the pouch probably.
Listen, they're slaughtering real kangaroos and skinning them.
That's sad. Really sad. Let's do more questions.
That is sad.
How much do stickers cost? I don't know. I think they're free.
Free.
Just come get one.
Holler at us.
MLS teams should scout players then sign
not a
fading
question.
stars. I agree.
Feel like that's not a question.
MLS is
Sam-
doing a good job, by the way, of signing younger and younger players like Ezekiel Barco, right? All that. That's a lot. They spent 20-something million for him?
Yeah.
22? Is a record.
Yeah.
It was in
I
pounds.
think so.
And he's
it,
only
it was
18.
15 million pounds, like $22 million.
Only 18.
Like that.
That will you save
He's
the crew?
only 18.
Yes.
He's only 18.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Dream team to play for. What position? Celtic left back.
play
No,
for?
Cosmos B left back.
Oh,
That's my
man.
dream team.
Had a chance to go to Celtic, blew it, played
You
like
did?
crap. Yeah.
That retroactively hurts me.
I told you, Morton Vicourse was my coach, former Celtic player. You know him, of course you do.
Yeah,
right?
he's what,
'Cause you're a
the
huge
green
fan.
stripes.
And I was playing in a cup
Oops.
game, like 4th, 5th division in Denmark. Cup game against a guy who was supposed to be a big superstar. Didn't know that. I showed up, was uninterested. The pitch was terrible. I was having a terrible game. This guy was running around me, burning me every single time. After the game, the coach came up to me and said, "Oh, it's just with the head scout of Celtic, and he was here to make a decision on you. And the reason he came to this game instead of a league game is because a lot of the games in Scotland are battles and fights, and they're not always going to be your way where you're dictating everything. You have to see how you adjust to those." And he thought you were terrible. And he's not interested anymore.
That's
sad,
rude.
man.
That's a true
It's
story.
real life, but
If
it's
you
rude,
played there,
yeah.
man, oh, that would be so amazing.
It's a true story. It's sad.
Wait, what was the question again?
Don't.
What dream club to play for?
Dream club to play for. As much as I love UA, I would actually love to play for Arsenal as a number 10 under Arsene Wenger because I feel like he would just love you. You wouldn't do any wrong. Like, you just keep your spot for literally ever. Like, you just hang out, get paid. Arsene Wenger is a great coach.
Here's the thing. Is it's not that big of a dream if a guy like Granit Xhaka can go there, okay?
The dream
It's
is
a
to
lot
get
closer to
paid for
reality
doing what you love.
For everybody in this room, if Granit Xhaka can go to Arsenal.
That's why I want to
Even though I was
go.
a fan of him
Because
when he got
clearly there's no pressure.
Yeah. My dream club would be Ajax, dude. I dreamed of that club a lot of my
That
life.
would be
Besides
super
AC
tight.
Milan when I was a little
Yeah.
kid, but Ajax was the one where I was like, when I was like a teenager and stuff, I was
Playing
like,
the
man,
Ajax
it'd be
arena
amazing to
would
be
be
a
so
young
tight.
player. I did play there, so that's passed. That was
Wow.
against, that was against
You got
Holland.
some
That was
dirt
against the
on
Dutch
your shirt.
national
You
team
good?
when
You good?
Tim Howard left me with a
You get-
big bill on
yeah,
my room service.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
Oh my God.
But
Wow.
More questions? Are we done?
Last one.
Last question.
What are your
Make
thoughts
it
on
good.
MLS? I'm from NYCFC, so I'm an NYCFC fan.
I think, here's my thought on MLS. If one of the NYC teams doesn't win an MLS Cup this year, it is a disaster for Major League Soccer. We've waited long enough here.
Wow.
We want that. We need that. No pressure. There's two of you guys. One of you guys just has to do it.
NYCFC is a vile club, and I don't like them. And New York Red Bulls have my brother in a long-term prison sentence.
He's never even been
what about
convicted.
you?
They've just never even given him to trial.
They don't give him a trial because he's still in the he's banned for life. My brother's banned for life from Red Bull Arena. It's no big deal. We
First
didn't
of
do
all,
anything wrong.
did your brother go to prison?
Red Bull prison. My brother's a stand-up gentleman.
Long term?
He teaches
When
Sunday
you say
school,
long term.
and he's in the Peace Corps.
When you say long term.
But he's
clarify that.
also underneath Red Bull Arena.
Feel like you're
in
avoiding
a
the question.
grimy, moldy jail. For
He's
the
right
rest
th- he's
of
there now.
my
Or
life.
do you have another quick question, or are we done?
Are we done? Someone said New York is red. Not true.
Top
It's green.
five of each commentator.
Dream top 5.
Was that?
Five-side team, like five-side.
Oh.
Oh, let me go
Who's your
first.
five?
Who's my 5? I've got Roberto Carlos.
Are we in it?
I've got Cannavaro.
So it's 6.
Because, I mean, clearly I'm not playing in the back. Are we on the team?
No.
Okay.
I am.
Cannavaro, Roberto Carlos. Man, I gotta leave Nesta. Man, I love Italians. Then I'm going with Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry, and Leonard Messi.
Leonard. So we don't have to include a keeper. That's beautiful. Love that.
Playing small goals.
Love that. Paolo Maldini. Actually, I'm gonna also take Pat Vieira. Messi, Henry, real Ronaldo.
Oh, fat Ronaldo, forgot about. Don't call him real Ronaldo. I mean, no one calls him real Ronaldo.
I call him real Ronaldo.
Fat Ronaldo.
Because he's the real Ronaldo.
I didn't leave out Henry. I said Henry.
He did.
Can I go?
I said Henry and Leonard Messi.
He did.
Okay? All right, go. Your team. Danny Zatella.
Danny
okay,
Zatella.
We go. Cosmos.
Danny Zatella.
Marco Senna.
Marco Senna. Jimmy
Raul.
Maurer. And
Raul.
then, no. Hold, come on, let me talk. Danny Zatella. Jimmy Maurer in the net.
He included a keeper.
Tell the story when you said hi
Giorgio
to
Samras. Giorgio Samras.
Yeah.
Wow.
Said hi to Raul once. Martin Palermo. And
Was that in Chicago?
that was in Chicago.
That
And
was
who
in
else?
Chicago.
And you. Both of you.
Didn't you say was Cosmos or something like that to him?
I was like, Raul,
Wait,
Cosmos,
wait.
and he's just like,
Isn't that 6 players? So you have to choose between us.
I'll put me on the bench. No, choose between you two? No, I'd rather die.
All right, that's all. That's it, guys. Yeah, that's what we have to cut off. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you're getting down in the comments, even if this video is over. We want to know your thoughts. When do you want us to post these videos? What else do you want us to talk about? Are we going too far out in left field? That's a baseball reference. But let us know what you guys think, and thanks for tuning in. And Aaron,
Don't forget to enter our Telemundo contest. The deadline is Sunday. The link is in the comments, so don't be lazy. Get after it.
Yeah, time
Come
flies
join
when
us.
time flies when you're
Pat.
having fun.
Replace Pat.
And thanks for Pat joining. Thanks you, Pat, for joining us as usual.
Thank you for having me.
We're hugely productive again today. Building the
Moxie-Cola.
people up in the.
It's in the game.
See you guys.
Every man grab a plate. Ain't gotta run these streets. Ain't gotta watch your weight. Die for my family. Only the real relate. Ride on my enemies. Only them fakers hate car.
They ain't built like that. 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 They ain't built like that.
Can't use always if I want something new.
Stay fresh.
Me and my brothers weren't playing chess, was making moves. We was on there from fraud to the food.
All that.
Just splash and taking them trips, post cop and new shoes. Quick fixes, had to ride with a tool. Young reckless, didn't follow no rules. Sweat took risks to shine like jewels. Couple times was hot, had to play it cool. Back then the ones who made me hadn't separated.